Hey, how are you? I'm Chris Robin, aka at Detroit Beastie, here with Team Rise or Fall to talk about some Beasties Boomers on Saturday, June 11th. We made it. It's the weekend. Hopefully this video finds you well. You can rest, relax, and recharge, but only after we dig into this baseball slate. And boy, oh boy, is it a large one. When we look at it, all day is 15 games, locks at 210. Main slate, a little bit of an early start, little early action here. Main slate is 10 games, and it locks at 405. As we dig into the video, make sure you go to Team Rise or Fall, like, share, subscribe, and use promo code Beastie. You'll get $10 off your first month, and you can play along at home with the Study Hub, with the Stacks tool, projections, rankings, everything you need to get a leg up to gain an advantage today or this coming week on baseball DFS is right here at Team Rise or Fall. Let's talk about my favorite stack of the day, shall we? And we are back. Thanks for being here. We're going to have a party today. As you can see now, I have the Study Hub up, the projections, and the Stacks tool, FanDuel, DraftKings, whatever you want to do. We are going to absolutely smash and celebrate today in all under about 10 minutes. So stick with me. Let's run it. As you can see now, I'm very high on the Baltimore at Kansas City game today. Baltimore heads in 24-35 against KC, 20-37. 4:10 p.m. in KC at Kauffman Stadium. And I want to concentrate on the Baltimore Orioles. Last night, the Kansas City stack we talked about and I mentioned did very well. I mentioned how it was a bold strategy to play two catchers, Sally Perez and MJ Melendez, and they both hit bombs. So let's try and carry over some of that magic. And we're going to start right at the leadoff spot, center fielder, left-handed bat, Cedric Mullins. Look at Cedric Mullins right here. On FanDuel, he's 3-1, DK 5,000. On Yahoo, he's $15. And as we go across the screen here, hopefully you guys are playing, guys and girls are playing along at home with me. You could share your screen with mine. And if you don't, make sure you go to the website. You can use promo code Beastie, $10 off, and boom, we are rolling. So when you look at Cedric Mullins, when we scroll all the way over, there's like 5 things that stand out to me here. His projection, 12.3, his FanDuel value, his ownership percentage, only 6.4%, and the tier value is an A flippin' plus. And when we go to DraftKings, it's almost the same kind of thing. The only thing I will caution you is his tier on DK is a D, but he's leading off. His projection is green, his rating is green, ownership percentage is green. And when we look at his projections here, let's type in Mullins. Hopefully my keystrokes aren't banging out your ears here. The ownership percentage still sweet. Projection is 12.31. So Cedric Mullins, to me, leading off against left-handed pitcher Daniel Lynch is it's unbelievable. It's a smash. KC, I believe they scored 7 or 8 runs last night. I think Baltimore returns the favor today and they hang 8 or 9 runs. Let's go to the 2 spot here and we'll go back to FanDuel, and that is, drum roll please, Trey Mancini, A+ in his tier value, ownership percentage around 7.8, his rating 71.51. As you can see right here in all the the Baltimore stack here, there's only one guy who's a little bit higher in his rating, Ryan Mountcastle, and we'll get to him in the 5th spot. ISO is a little light, that's okay. When it comes to Trey Mancini, 2.14, his WOBA 3.76. I shouldn't have to say this anymore, but it helps me kind of, go through this thing and understand. I believe 320 is league average. Anything over 4 is legit. So Trey Mancini is knocking on the door of being elite as of late with his WOBA. Let's type in Trey Mancini and we'll see what we get here in terms of ownership percentage. Not Freddie Freeman, not Kevin Gausman. Both obviously good plays today, but I want to talk about Trey Mancini. Ownership percentage on FD, 7.8%. I think we're going to be okay. When we look at DraftKings, let's type in Mancini here as well. Everybody loves a good feel-good story. Trey Mancini coming back from colon cancer. He started slow this season, but he's slowly pouring it on. And look, Baltimore, 24-35. Nothing crazy there in terms of record, but they have been starting to smash the baseball, and I want in on that. When we go to the 4 spot, and you might say, well, what happened to number 3, Austin Hayes? I like Austin. That's up to you, but I would prefer to go 1, 2, 4, and 5 in this Baltimore batting order. And 4 in the cleanup spot is switch hitter, Anthony Santander. $3,000 on FanDuel, $3,900 on DraftKings, and only $16 on Yahoo. As we scroll down here, you can find Cedric Mullins. Oof, might have to scroll down just a little bit more, but that's okay. There's Adley Rushman, Jorge Mateo, Michael Lopez. Let's type in Cedric Mullins, or excuse me, Anthony Santander's projection and see what we get here. There he is. Make sure we're checking the batting orders leading up to lock, that these guys are going to be in for sure. I don't see a reason why Santander would be left out, especially if he's giving the cleanup spot here. Ownership percentage on DK, 6.4%. That's all good. His tier value is a B. DK projection tier is a B. Looking at a floor, I say this often, I have all week. I say that the floor to me is about 8.24. You know, a couple base hits or a bomb, and he just smashes that. On FanDuel, however, let's see what we get. And I love that I'm figuring this out with you real time in terms of ownership percentage and rankings and stuff. Look at Santander's his value, 3.58, nothing crazy, but the ownership right there, 3% is what we're looking to do. Now, truth be told, when we look at today's slate overall, there's some heavy hitters. The Dodgers, Mets, they're all playing. Houston is playing at home against Miami. So I would imagine that Baltimore's ownership percentage, these guys, these batters, will stay where they are or just be lowered down just a tad. Either way, you're going to want in on this. Let's go back to the study hub, and we'll tie this thing up in a bow here with Ryan Mountcastle. You love to see that. Look at him here. His super draft projection, which we don't talk about often. I know in the Discord, which is free, there's always doing prize picks and super draft stuff. So Ryan Mountcastle, when you go over here, look at his tier value and his projection tier. It's a B and a B. That's okay when in comparison to his WOBA. Threes across the board here. That's what we're after against left-handed pitcher Daniel Lynch. Nothing crazy, but he's going to have to weather the storm here when you're talking about Ryan Mountcastle. Let's go over to his FanDuel projections. I just have this sneaking suspicion, and call me crazy, I've learned to follow my gut, you know, after all this time when you're so locked in and zoned in. Whether it's good information or bad information, that's the trick, to keep following your gut. Don't second guess yourself and keep it moving. When we look at Mountcastle today's projection, 11.25, ownership percentage 5.50% here. I think Mountcastle hits a bomb in this one, 2-3 run bomb. I don't know. Let our attitudes and let's daydream about Ryan Mountcastle hitting a bomb, a grand slam bomb here. Little outlandish. On DK, however, 9.80%. So we're getting into that range here. We're anything over 10%. To me, as of late, it's not a no-no, but we have to make plans. We have to make other plans in our lineup for leverage, and if it's cash or it's GPP. And when we go over here on DraftKings, the DraftKings study hub, let's look at everything across the board here. Ryan Mountcastle, A tier value, B in his projection tier. So Ryan Mountcastle is a good play on both sites, 9.8% here. So to me, I have a heavy favorite lean in this one. I'm going to bring my face back in, and we'll talk about it face to face. Hey, and here we are back. Thanks for being here. Thanks for sticking it out with me on Saturday. I know we all have, other things we want to do, yard work, housework, family and friends parties. God forbid someone in your family's got a little cold or they're sick. You should be tending to them. But when we look at this baseball game here, I have a few betting leans, betting trends. I like to share those as often as I can, because it helps me paint a story to you in terms of why I like said stack. And today it's all about the Baltimore Orioles, 1, 2, 4, and 5. I mean, if you want to play Austin Hayes in the 3 spot, that's up to you, but I would prefer Mullins, Mancini, Santander, and Mountcastle. When we look at this game in Kansas City, 4:10 p.m. start, the over has hit in 8 of Baltimore's last 10 games, and the over has hit in 8 of Kansas City's 11 games. So to me, the clear play here, aside from stacking these 4 Baltimore Orioles batters, is taking the over 9.5. I think Baltimore wins this one, 8-3, 9-4, something along those lines. So Baltimore might carry this over-under on their own. If not, Kansas City's on the hook for like 2 or 3 runs, and boom, we get the over here. Thanks for being here. Before I split, make sure you go to the website, check out Team Rise or Fall. So much good stuff going on. I don't want to hammer you over the head with that, but when you get there, do me a favor, use promo code Beastie. You'll get $10 off your first month of premium content, and boom, we're off and rolling. Don't forget about the hockey game tonight, the Rangers at Tampa Bay. More more to follow on that. Until I see you again tomorrow on Sunday, June 12th, be good and enjoy your weekend. Weather is, it's unbelievable. I'll talk to you later. Bye.